Hello, citizens, and welcome back to Forge Core Gaming. I'm your host, Phoenix, and today we have something a little bit different. We have a hot off the press news release, courtesy of CIG, and the Inside Star Citizen video they just published. Now, that video does go into some detail about what to expect with the 4.1.1 PTU, including the things you can experience at Invictus, but what I'm more interested in is a couple of screen grabs of some ship teasers of the new ships that we will be seeing at Invictus this year. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it and start taking a look at those. Kicking it off with what I believe is the least exciting of the screen grabs, we have the Greycat MTC, which is the new ground vehicle that's going to be coming out. Again, I'm not super excited about this. This might be in other people's wheelhouses, but I'm really more excited for the ships. Next, we're going to be moving on to the Anvil Asgard, particularly this image of it, as I feel like we have the best angle to see things and glean as much information as possible. I also wanted to put it up next to an image of the Valkyrie so we can kind of get a direct comparison with what's going on here. And we can see that this certainly isn't the Valkyrie because of the change in the placement of the engines on the Asgard, as opposed to the Valkyrie, which is on the right. And it looks like they extended those rear VTOL thrusters or those rear primary thrusters. They extended them out laterally, which is likely to accommodate a wider or a little bit wider garage so that you can move more vehicles in. I don't anticipate it being much wider, but probably a little bit wider so you can move larger vehicles in, as its stated purpose has been verbalized. Now, that doesn't take away from its firepower, though, it looks like, because if you look towards or just forward of those mid-body thrusters, there is another set of the wings that mimics what the Valkyrie has, and those are likely still going to host some guns. I don't know if they're going to be size 4, obviously, but I suspect it's not going to be downgunned at all. It also does look like it has a turret on top, though the turret looks a little bit different than what the Valkyrie has, just because on the Asgard it seems a little bit bigger, and I may just be imagining that. I don't know. You tell me. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. Let's go ahead and now take a look at the Guardian MX, which is the missile boat variant. And before you say anything, I know this isn't a terribly good screen grab, but it's all I got. I actually have a couple other ones, but we'll take a look at those here in a sec. One thing that I was a little curious about when they announced this version was, are they going to give it the Fury treatment where they give it a bunch of missiles and they take away all the guns? That I would hate. And at first glance, it kind of looks like they did that here. But if you look at each of the wingtips, you can notice there are guns on there. Now, how big they are, I don't know. They're certainly not size 4. If you just look at the size, they're definitely smaller than that. I think they went down to size 3 for those wing guns. Maybe size 2. I think size 2 would be a huge deal breaker for me. But size 3, now I'm making some decisions. So things just got a little bit more complicated for me if these are in fact size 3. If they were size 4, I would for sure go with this variant. But at size 3, I have a conversation to have with myself. Let me know what you guys think. Does this make it look any better to you? I mean, before it really wasn't all that appealing to me. Let's take a look at another image though that we have of it. And this image is from the inside of the cockpit, so it looks like they changed a little bit. Those struts are definitely different. It looks like they beefed up the struts on the front of the window for this Guardian variant, and they changed the MFD setup, which, you know, a lot of people were complaining about the top MFDs really just being in the way on the base level Guardian and the Guardian Key. So I don't know how to feel about this because you do lose some MFDs, and this could just be a limited field of view. I don't think it is though, because in the upper right hand corner you do get some glimpses of some HUD components or elements rather, and then we do get verification that those are guns on the wingtips here because they're all firing. It looks like probably laser repeaters. Those could be some Panthers, which would be, in my opinion, I think that would be a pretty good deal. Bunch of missiles and 4 Panthers. Now, of course, that does change its regular firing capability against larger targets in the future when armor is a factor. Right now, though, it's just a small drop in DPS. Oh, well, it's a medium drop in DPS from the two size 5s, but I think that's a fair trade-off depending on how many missiles and or torpedoes that they get. I'm also looking at these MFDs because they are significantly different, not just the orientation of them, but this color scheme. This might be the unique Mirai color scheme that they're coming out with, which would be interesting. I don't know if I like it. It looks like it needs to be polished. It looks a little bit on the cheap end, but you know, whatever. These things are in flux and can change anytime. Anyways, I think that's all I have for today, guys. Let me know what your thoughts. Are we happy with these teasers, or are we a little disappointed? I don't think we really have that much information on the Asgard other than the fact that it's supposed to carry heavier vehicles. The Guardian MX I'm in between on, and the Greycat MTC I really don't care, if I'm honest. Anyways, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Consider subscribing. I come out with videos as often as possible. This week we're going to aim for 5 or 6. Always happy to have you along. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.